Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. First, the headlines. African Union sells Nigerian school feeding program to other African countries. Cyril Ramaphosa names unprecedented government of national unity cabinet. Mauritania votes to elect new president. And on sport, Real Madrid set to announce 2 deals. Now the news in detail. African Union has called on African leaders to emulate Nigeria in transitioning its school feeding program from federal government-led to state government ownership. This is just as the AU said at least 65.4 million children in 51 countries now benefit from school feeding in Africa. The project manager for Nutrition and Food Safety, African Union Development Agency, New Partnership for African Development, Kifilwe Roba, who made his known, singled out Nigeria for praise on the implementation of the school feeding program. She spoke during the school feeding stakeholder strategic meeting, which was themed Encouraging State-Driven Implementation and Best Practices for School Feeding Towards Local Agricultural Value Chain, Community Engagement and Economic Development. NDLEA said it is ready to work with the council chairman to ensure that people at the grassroots are well sensitized about the dangers of abusing illicit drugs. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria have agreed to work together to curb the menace of substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking in communities across the country. According to a statement by the agency spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, was one of the agreements reached at a meeting when the national president of Algon, Aminu Muazu Mefata, led other leaders of the umbrella body for all local government chairmen in the country on a courtesy visit to the chairman, chief executive officer of NDLEA, Mohammed Buba Marwa, at the agency headquarters in Abuja. The United Nations and the United States of America has condemned Saturday bomb attacks in Tashan Maraba, Goza town, Borno State, claiming the lives of at least 18 persons. The attacks, carried out by suspected female suicide bombers, struck a wedding, a hospital, and a funeral in Goza, a town near the border with Cameroon. According to the Borno State Police Command spokesman, Nahum Daso, on Sunday, 3 blasts took place on Saturday in Goza. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, in a statement on Sunday by the presidency, said his administration will redouble its efforts to ensure that those who trouble the nation, dispatching precious lives and disrupting law and order, are completely removed. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The opposition National Democratic Congress in Ghana has warned sternly against any plan to remove the Inspector General of Police, George Akufo-Addo, from office. This comes in response to reports suggesting that the IGP had been asked to proceed on forced leave and hand over his duties to his deputy, Christian Tete, allegedly linked to the 2023 leaked tape scandal. The Ghana Police Service has refuted this report, affirming the IGP's ongoing commitment to leading the force as directed by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Despite these assurances, the NDC remains skeptical, casting doubt on the police service explanation and expressing concerns about a possible plan to replace the IGP as part of a broader scheme to manipulate the upcoming December general election. Deputy Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Agbande, voiced these concerns in a media interview. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa named the new cabinet after his African National Congress. The former main opposition party and 9 other parties agreed on the makeup of a coalition government of South Africa's 7th administration following weeks of haggling. Ramaphosa's announcement of his new unprecedented multi-party cabinet came a month after the ANC lost its 30-year political dominance of Africa's most industrialized country in the national election, forcing it to seek coalition partners.
Establishment of the Government of National Unity in its current form is unprecedented in the history of our democracy. We have had to consider how to form a new government in a manner that advances the national interest, that also gives due consideration to the outcome of the election and that makes use of the respective capabilities within each of the parties represented. It's important that we deploy into positions of responsibility people who are committed, capable, and hardworking, and who also have integrity. We've had to ensure that all the parties are able to participate meaningfully in the national executive, as well as in various parliamentary positions, and that they should represent the diversity of the people of South Africa.
Ramaphosa's party retained the largest share of ministerial positions as he appointed ANC officials to 20 of the 32 cabinet minister roles in the new coalition. But there were 6 ministers from the Democratic Alliance, once the main opposition and the fiercest critic of the ANC, and Ramaphosa shared out the remaining ministerial posts among some of the smaller parties. The DA won the second largest share of the vote with 21%. Let it be known that Burkina Faso is facing an unprecedented humanitarian crisis and lacks means to solve it, the UN has warned. The spokesperson for the UN chief, Stephen Dujarric, appealed for member states to provide funding. Armed terrorist groups have severed humanitarian access in many localities across the country. Moreover, the Sahel region grapples with drought-related issues. We move to other parts of Africa after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Voters in Mauritania headed to polls to elect the new leader. Some 1.9 million Mauritanians are eligible to cast a ballot. 7 candidates are vying for the top office, including incumbent President Mohamed Ghazouani. Prominent opposition figures include the leader of the first opposition party in parliament, Hamadi Sidi, Mukhtar Mohamed Abdi, and Biram Da Abid, an anti-discrimination activist. Results are expected in the coming days. Let it be known that paramilitary forces battling Sudan's army for more than a year say they have captured a key state capital in the war-torn country's southeast. Over 750,000 people in Sudan at risk of starvation. Global Hunger Monitor, the capital Khartoum, said the RSF is gaining control of an increasing number of territories across Sudan, especially in eastern and western parts of the country's south. They already control a large portion of the Darfur region, with the exception of El Fasher, which is the only remaining city under the army's and allied groups' control. However, the Sudanese army does not dispute the RSF statement that it has taken control of the 17th Infantry Division. They say their forces are still present in the city and they are still fighting. Up next is business. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. The Nigerian federal government has removed 5 oil blocks earlier put up for the ongoing 2024 license around due to legal dispute. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission confirmed the developments in a recent circular. Accordingly, the 5 oil blocks are said to be under various litigation. However, NUPRC did not state the litigant. Recall that the 5 blocks were among the 12 initially announced by the NUPRC Chief Executive Benga Komolafe at the Miami International Roadshow for the 2024 licensing round hosted by the NUPRC in collaboration with the Petroleum Technology Association of Nigeria and ZETS Advisory and Consulting. A major policy of President Tinubu's administration is the removal of the fuel subsidy, driven by a rationale that Nigeria could no longer sustain the financial burden of subsidizing petroleum products. However, the immediate consequence of subsidy removal was increased in fuel prices, leading to a rise in the cost of living. This has affected the budget of many workers, businesses, and also impacted daily transportation in the country. For Hillstv, correspondent Wisdom Onyesi has been tracking the prevailing state of the cost of living and businesses in Nigeria. Alright, let's have you know that the IMF Executive Board today completed the second review of Ghana's 36-month extended credit facility arrangement. This allows for the immediate disbursement of 269.1 million cedi. Ghana's performance under the program has been generally strong. All quantitative performance criteria for the second review and almost all indicative targets were met. Good progress is being made on debt restructuring, and key structural reforms are advancing. The authorities' reform efforts are paying off. Growth has proven more resilient than expected. Inflation has declined rapidly from its 2022 highs, and the fiscal and external positions have improved significantly. Still to come, sports. Please stay with us. Welcome back. And on sports, Nigerian forward Jordan Kadiri has sealed the move to Romanian club UTA Arad. The former Nasarawa United player moved to UTA Arad from the Belgian club Lomel Eski. Kadiri penned a 1-year contract with an option for an additional year. The player moved to Lomel from the Swedish club Östersund FK in 2020. Kadri was loaned to Royal France Bourges last season, where he scored 9 goals and provided an assist in 19 appearances. He also had 1 stint in the Norwegian league. Let's have you know that the summer transfer window is now officially open from today, Monday, July 1st. Clubs will have until August 30th deadline to complete their deals. The Premier League and Scottish Premiership brought the deadline day forward to ensure harmonization with the major leagues in Europe. The closing dates were determined after discussions with the leagues in England, Germany, Italy, Spain, and France. The 2024-2025 Premier League campaign kicks off Friday, August 16, and ends Sunday, May 25th, 2025. The season will run over 33 weekends, 4 midweek rounds, and 1 bank holiday match week. The Community Shield between Manchester City and Manchester United will take place on Saturday, 10 August. Real Madrid have agreed to deals for Luka Modric and Lucas Vazquez to stay at the club for 1 more season. Both Modric and Vazquez were out of contract by Monday, July 1. However, the La Liga champions have decided to extend their stay by a year. This was confirmed by football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, who claims an announcement is imminent. And that's the sport news on Africa Today. We'll move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. The 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has urged the Nigerian government to use borrowed funds to create jobs and improve the standard of living in the country. Obi noted that it was alarming that government borrowing reached a staggering $121.86 million in the 121.86 million naira in the first quarter. He disclosed that the fact that several trillion were borrowed in just 3 months highlights the urgent need for prudent management of the country's finances. Posting on his social media, Obi said he had consistently maintained that borrowing is not inherently problematic, as long as it is utilized for productive purposes that drive economic growth and development. And that's Africa Today, but before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that AU sells Nigerian school feeding program to other African countries. Cyril Ramaphosa names unprecedented governments of national unity cabinet. Mauritania votes to elect new president. And in sports, Real Madrid set to announce 2 deals. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. Thanks for watching.